According to the 2017 report by the Ministry of Education and Sports, 9,597 pupils were enrolled in pre-primary schools. 1.6% had impairments, whereas there were 172,864 children with special needs in primary schools, which is 2.0% of the total primary level enrollment and 9% of the overall children with special needs. Out of 1,370,583 students enrolled in secondary schools in Uganda, 8,945 students, a representation of 0.6%, have special learning needs. However, a few of these students make it to higher institutions of learning due to a number of challenges including movement difficulties, poverty, insufficient infrastructures, among others. To address this, Kyambogo University, in collaboration with the National Union of Disabled Persons of Uganda, NUDIPO, has organized the first East African Conference on Disability Inclusive Higher Education. First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, will officiate as the guest of honor at the opening ceremony.
We are here today to speak about the first East African Conference on Disability Inclusive Higher Education. This is a conference that has been organized by Kyambogo University and it will take place over 2 days, beginning tomorrow, the 13th, and then ending on November 14th. We invited the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports as the chief guest.
Addressing journalists at Uganda Media Center in Kampala, Kyambogo University Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Katunguka Rwakishaya revealed how the conference is aimed at enhancing disability inclusivity in higher institutions of learning.
We have organized this conference to be able to bring together people who are in academia, in research, and people who support people with disabilities to come together and share information and knowledge on how these people can be provided for so that they can access higher education. Because in many areas, these people are neglected and nothing is done to them. But Kyambogo University has come up to provide for such people so that they can also access higher education and lead a better life.
Kyambogo University currently has 241 students with different disabilities across its schools and faculties. These are faced with a number of challenges and needs, which the university cannot manage providing alone. Katunguka says they need over 3 billion Ugandan shillings to cater for these students annually, hence calling for government continued support.
The university now has a population of 241 people with disabilities and different types of disabilities. And provide for these people is quite cumbersome because you must be able to provide facilities for them to learn. But there must be special accommodation facilities for these people. And there must also be accommodation for people who support them. So you are going to have accommodation for one person requiring about 2 support. So I think we require about 3 billion to be able to provide really sufficient accommodation for these people, including the new technologies which are coming up.
Following a rape case of a disabled female by the former Kyambogo University lecturer, Katunguka says the university has enhanced its policies and systems regarding the safety of these students. Here we've made it clear on how the said lady was not a university student.
The university has policies and mechanism of addressing people who misbehave. The person who was involved, the girl, was not a university student. This was somebody from outside. So individual misconduct cannot be attributed to the university. Because we have 241 students. This institute has existed since 1996, and in those years we have never had such misconduct. So when it happens, the university will take appropriate action as it has done.
Meanwhile, the Vice Chancellor refuted the claims by some politicians who are said to have provided free food to the hungry university government students, saying this is stage-managed politics aimed at tarnishing the image of the university and the government.
The group from Kyambogo that received food, these were not hungry people. These were students of NUP who were campaigning to be guild leaders, guild presidents, and GRC officials. So they were not hungry people. There is no student who has died of starvation from Kyambogo, but there are many students who are living on the margins. But the politician took advantage of that and wanted to tarnish government. That's nothing to be serious about.
John Baptista Humza, Church of Uganda Family TV News at 8.